Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code DRASIN12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Well, I found some more videos, or film I should say, on some of the old-time bodybuilders, and I got another one to go after this one. But this is Joe Gold back in, I think it had to have been the late 50s or early 60s, that he had done the Groucho Marx show, You Bet Your Life. And it was fun to see because Joe is not only a gym owner, a World Gym and Gold's Gym, he was also a bodybuilder, he was a pro wrestler, and he was a merchant marine. So he'd go out on calls for actors and auditions and things like that, and I guess this was one of them. I don't know, this was before my time. So I actually found something before my time. So I want to share that with you and see how you like it.
Here he is, the one, the only.
Here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win as much as $10,000 tonight. And, George, what happens if they say the secret word?
Well, they can win an extra $100.
Yeah, that's true. Now, what is the word for tonight?
Well, it's right here in the duck.
All right, George, who's first on the agenda?
Well, before we start, Groucho, I want to remind you that we have a couple of challengers to the claim made last week by Mr. Universe of 1957 that he has the most perfect build in the world. We'll meet them a little later on in the show.
Why don't you enter this contest, George? You're pretty well built. I mean, for a man.
I'm actually no muscle man.
Oh, don't be modest, George. You have more muscle in your head than they have in their whole body.
Well, Groucho, we'll meet our first couple right after we transact some important business. Well, Groucho, we have a couple of youngsters from Europe who would like to meet you now. Susie Gall.
Thanks, George.
Well, last week, Mr. Universe of 1957...
Mr. Universe?
Yes, he was on our show last week.
Is somebody by that name?
Yes, his name is actually Reginald Lewis. And his wife said that he had the most perfect figure in the whole world. And
his wife, well, she ought to know.
Anyway, Groucho invited any men listening who figured that they had a better figure to get in touch with us and
figure that out.
And many of them did, and we selected two to be on our show tonight, and I think they're ready now, Groucho.
Mm-hmm. Well, you may be wondering what we're doing with a stunt like this, but I'm sick of looking at beautiful girls. Well, that's true. And I thought for a change we ought to give the women a break by having some handsome men up here. Let's face it, we're all animals, deep down. Everybody knows there are male wolves, so there certainly must be female wolves. Otherwise, there never would be any little tiny wolves. And then where would we be then? Now, George, how are we going to decide who the winner is?
Well, we thought it would be a good idea if we maybe selected a woman from our audience to be a judge.
All right, well, let's get a woman out there. Is there a woman out there who'd like to be a judge of this contest? If so, stand up.
Stand up?
Any woman
so we can
at all.
see you?
Any woman at all. How's the one with the gray dress? Red dress. All right, red dress. Come on. The audience color, they want the woman with the red jacket here, in case they go hunting. How do you do? What is your name?
Lillian Watkins.
It is? Well, that's a mighty fine name. And are you married?
I'm unmarried now.
Okay, otherwise you were going back in the audience, you know. Your name is Lillian Watkins?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Now, do you think you're qualified to pick the man with the best build?
Well, I certainly should be. I was married 30 years.
To one man?
The same one.
Send the other woman back. We want a woman who's had 4 or 5. Okay, I guess you're qualified. George, bring in the challenges.
All right, Mr. Don Scott, who was Mr. Physical Fitness of 1956, and Joe Gould, the most perfect man of 1956. Would you gentlemen come in, please?
Come on in, boys. Okay, boys, start flexing.
And I have to...
Now, you walk in front of them there, and you decide which one you think would be the... I'll go with you, huh? You want a tango? Which one do you... Hey, no touch. You want to go around the back and take a look at them. Now, they may look better from the rear end.
Oh, they're good looking. I think this is the most... This is the Velvet.
You like this one? Okay, Blondie, I'm sorry, but that's the way the muscles bounce. We'll give you another chance. Come on over to the microphone. Now, what do they get, George, for displaying their shapes up here?
Well, for our winner here...
He's the winner?
Yes, Joe Gold. He gets $101. And for Mr. Don Scott, we have second prize money of $99.
I see. Well,
I'll give them the $2 because I couldn't see much difference between them.
well, do you want to take one of these home with you?
I'd like to.
What is your name, man?
Joe Gold.
Are you married?
No.
Are you interested in getting married to a girl who's been married for 30 years?
Well, I've been a bachelor this long. I figure I'll still stay a bachelor.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry. Some other time, huh? Thanks for coming up.
We have a prize for...
Oh, you got a prize for her, too?
Yes.
What'd she get, the other fella?
No.
You get she gets $102.
$102.
Because you've got a you've got a more interesting figure than either of them. Thanks to all of you and to the winner. We'll see you again next week, huh?
Thank you.
Out of it.
Anyway, you got to look at life back in the 50s, and Joe and the other bodybuilder, I'm not sure who he was, but that was kind of fun to watch and look back at time. It's a long, long time ago. Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com. Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
It's Rick Drasin. He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.